Scola. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video, and you probably already knew that from the title, but I just felt the need to really, emphasize the situation. I've done a couple of Q&A videos in the past and you guys seem to really like them, and I love doing them too, so I'm going to try and make them a more regular thing because it's just fun. So I posted this video over on Instagram.
Oh, hello! So I'm going to be filming a Q&A video today. So if you have any questions for me, just leave them down below. Make them as short and to the point as possible. They don't have to be fitness related, they can be about anything. And that is all. Goodbye!
So now you know where the party is at. Make sure you're following me on Instagram if you want to get in on one of these Q&As if you didn't get a chance to ask me a question in this one. Oh yeah, I'm actually wearing my pajamas right now. I hope you guys don't mind. I went for a run earlier and then I came home and I took a shower and I was like, I want to wear my pajamas right now, even though it's afternoon. I don't care. So yeah, if you're wondering where I got this from, I got it from Primark on Oxford Street. It was only like £5 or something because I was in London the other day and I had to stay over and I didn't have any pajamas with me, so I just went and picked this one up. And it's super comfy and it's pretty cool because, like, if you didn't know already, London is my favourite city. I don't know if I can show you guys without like flashing you. And then it has like all the monuments, like the, not monuments, I don't know, all the famous places. What do you call them? Like, well, it has like Big Ben, Tower Bridge and the Gherkin. It's like, okay, it's like a t-shirt dress. It's a t-shirt dress. Why does that matter? We just need to get on with the Q&A, so let's get started. Do you ever treat yourself? Yes, I have a cheat meal at least once a week. I probably treat myself way more times in the week just because I like food and life is just meant to be lived, and I like having a nice, healthy, balanced lifestyle. So that means like 80% of the time I eat healthy and 20% of the time I just get it. When is that secret project / photo shoot thing you have been working on going to be revealed? Winky face. I know I have posted about a couple of things over on my Instagram and maybe on my Twitter as well about a secret project that I was doing up in London, and I still can't tell you guys about it because these things take a very long time and it's still up in the air. I'm not quite sure when anything's going to happen. I don't know when I can tell you guys about it or anything like that, but as soon as I can, I will. How can anybody stay motivated even after they've seen progress? Some people say it will be easier after you start seeing progress, but I found it even harder. Do you have any tips? Staying motivated is impossible. It doesn't work. You can't expect yourself to always have that drive to be better, to live healthy, because we're human and we have so many different emotions. One day you'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go on a run, I'm gonna eat healthy, it's gonna be great. And I'm having one of those days today, so that's really great. But that doesn't last all the time. You will have times where like you just don't feel like it, and I'd say about 1% of the time you feel motivated, and the other 99% of the time you have to force yourself, you have to push yourself and have that willpower and strength to tell yourself you have to do this for your happiness, for your health. Motivation is so temporary. What's your favourite band? My favourite band is Fall Out Boy, all-time favourite band, love it. I've always loved them so much. Fall Out Boy till the death of me. Are you still answering emails? I know a lot of you guys always say, Scola, answer my email and stuff like that. I am not ignoring you guys, seriously. I do answer as many emails as I possibly can, but I get so many, it's physically impossible for me to directly answer every single one of you. And because a lot of you like write essays to me, I like to reply with essays as well. So I do try my best to answer as many emails as I possibly can, I promise. Have you ever tried baking your oats? Because it's the most delicious and clean thing ever. Boom. Yes, I have tried baking my oats. Well, I haven't. My sister often makes this delicious like peach oat bake for breakfast, and it's the most delicious thing. If I ever get a chance to like tie her down and actually make a video with me again, I will make her make that for you guys so you can see how to make that because it's delicious. Can you please tell us how you broke your weight loss plateaus? I actually have a whole video on weight loss plateaus. You can go and find that on my channel. It's from a real long time ago. I might do an updated one, but you can go and check that video out. If you don't know what weight loss plateaus are, it's basically where your body gets bored to tears and just stops losing weight because it's bored of everything you're doing. And it's just like, please can you change it up? And then what you need to do is just change something up, like maybe change your workout or change your diet, try new foods. It doesn't mean like, oh, you need to eat less and exercise more. It just means you need to change it up. And like if you go running, maybe try CrossFit instead, you know, that kind of thing. Like just changing the activity you're doing, changing the muscles that you're working constantly, changing the foods that you're eating, maybe change it up. Even sometimes eating more can help, but you can go and watch my video in more detail. I can't remember what I quite said in it, but I think it was helpful. Do you have any siblings? If so, how many and genders? I have one older sister and she's awesome and weird and crazy. Do we eat everything we want the day of our birthday or the day we celebrate? If it's a special occasion, even if your birthday is like a birthday week type situation, I want you guys to chill out, relax, and have a good time. Forget about your goals. It sounds really, really bad, but I've always been the type of person that's like, a healthy lifestyle is about having balance. So you want to be eating healthy and doing all of that good stuff, but at the same time you want to be living life. And if living life requires you to eat cake for your birthday, then I say eat as much cake as you possibly can. It's a challenge. Try and eat the whole cake. I don't care if your family wants a slice. You try and eat your own cake. But yeah, that's the mentality I have now, because in my first couple, in the first couple of months I was losing weight, the special occasions I tried to restrict myself and try to stop myself from actually eating what I wanted to eat, and it was miserable. I was so upset, I did not have a good time, and I realized that I'm allowed to have a cheat meal or a cheat day once in a while is fine. And if your birthday is like a whole week's of celebrations, just try and eat healthy when you can. Why are you so perfect? That is so lovely. I love it. I love it. It sounds so narcissistic. Like, I love it when you guys call me perfect. But it's so lovely when you guys do call me perfect, because the way I see the word perfect is not like in the way that, you know, dictionary, like being perfect. I think it's about being perfectly you. So, I don't know, when people say you're perfect, I feel more like they're saying, Scola, you're really you. You're like unique. You're being you. And that's what I like, because I try so hard to be myself as much as possible. So it's really nice if you call me perfect, because it means that I'm perfectly me. And you've accepted me with all my flaws and all the weird stuff I say and do and stuff like that. So it's really lovely. Because when I call people perfect, I don't mean like, oh my god, you're like textbook perfect or dictionary perfect. I mean like, you're perfectly you. Like, you have perfected you, the person you are. So thank you so much for that. I feel so happy when I see comments like that. Something, is that narcissistic to say? I don't know. That's another thing. I always feel weird about accepting compliments and feeling good about them, because people usually the modest thing to do is be like, oh, don't be silly, I'm actually not perfect at all. But then accepting a compliment is like, oh, so you're so big-headed about yourself. But it's not like that. It's just nice to hear. I hope that makes sense. Do you recommend diet pills? Nope. Disgusting, stupid, don't work. They're the most vile things ever created by the weight loss industry. It makes me want to punch a wall. No, seriously, I hate them. What's your everyday makeup routine? I know a lot of you guys always ask about my makeup and how I do it, and if I could film a makeup video. Maybe one day in the future I'll do it, but for the moment I don't really feel comfortable doing it, literally just because I'm not very good at it. I literally just like put stuff on my face and hope for the best. Like, I have a ton of makeup. Like, I do get like sort of like high-end makeup just because it's like a luxury thing to me. So I do have like Bobbi Brown and stuff like that, and I have some drugstore stuff like Sleek and stuff like that. But then I'm just like, maybe one day. But I don't really have like an everyday makeup routine because every day I'm pretty lazy. Like if I'm just going to college or if I'm just running errands, I'll literally like put on mascara and I'm out the door. Like I don't always wear foundation and I don't always do like eyeliner or eyeshadow or something like that. So have you ever thrown up after a workout? Because you know on TV they do after a really hard one. Yes, when I first started working out, I did have a couple of runs where I did throw up, and also sometimes recently I have had those times, like if I run for a very long time and I push myself, usually I do a sprint at the end of my workout and I sometimes throw up, which is super cute, but yeah. What was the rudest comment that you received about your weight when you were overweight? I don't know if there was one comment that ever just like broke me and I was like, no, this is too much, this is too bad. I just got the regular fat, ugly, disgusting. I think maybe I got a kill yourself type vibe, which is just stupid really. I think the people that were saying these things to me were very sad people anyway, and I tend to not look at bullies as bullies but rather victims, because for anybody to be projecting that into the world, they have to be very upset and down in their life. And I know for a fact those particular two boys were very underprivileged. I'm not saying everybody in this predicament turns out to be a bully, but it's usual characteristics or circumstances for a bully. They had them like underprivileged, so they kind of didn't have a lot of money, if that makes sense, which sounds really bad, like, oh, I associate their character with their money, but like, you know, they come from an underprivileged background, they came from a bad neighborhood, they weren't very smart as well, they weren't very intelligent, they got very bad grades. They just were misbehaved for obvious reasons, you could tell. One of them moved around a lot, like they got moved around a lot of schools. Like he hadn't been at our school for very long, he'd only been there for a while, and yeah, it was understandable why he'd be a bully too. It's not like I feel sorry for them and I'm like, oh, I understand why you're a bully because you've had a very bad life. I feel sorry for you because there are a lot of people that have had bad lives or bad experiences like me, and I didn't turn out to be a bully. I didn't try and project that onto anything that was going on bad in my life at home. I didn't try and project that out to other people, or I didn't try and project how I felt about myself to other people, you know? What can I do to calm down my hunger urge? First of all, you have to go through the steps to figure out if you actually are hungry, and the way you can figure this out is if you drink lots of water. You might be thirsty. A lot of times our bodies will sort of confuse thirst for hunger and we'll think, oh, we're hungry right now, when actually we're thirsty. So make sure you drink lots of water. If you're still hungry after that, then have something like a piece of fruit or nuts or something like that, and don't be too excessive about it, and eat them very slowly and take your time so that your body has time to figure out that you are eating and that you are digesting something. And yeah, you don't actually realize you're full until 20 minutes after you've eaten. How's your personal training course going? It's going great. I've passed a lot of my assessments so far, which I'm super excited about, and in the next 2 months I should be qualified.